Beautiful move.
LeBron, by the way, in 18.9.
Oh my gosh.
Just too much of that action. And all God's people say,
Amen, brother.
High school 3-on-2 break.
Amen, brother.
119 to 96 is your final. Lakers, for the first time this season, have lost.
The Lakers have now dropped 3 straight games, and everyone seems to be avoiding the real issue. LeBron James is still in Los Angeles, and it's time to address the uncomfortable truth. His time leading this team has reached its limit, and acting like everything is fine only pushes the problem down the road. What should happen next may surprise a lot of people, but the signs have been there for quite some time.
What did you see overall in the game, kind of starting in that first quarter on the glass and the turnovers and how that prevailed through it?
Yeah, you know, the two words of the day were effort and execution. And, you know, I feel like when we've done both of those things at a high level, we've been a good basketball team. When we haven't, we're a terrible basketball team. And tonight we were a terrible basketball team. And that started legitimately right away.
Have you ever stuck with something far longer than you should have, simply because admitting it was over felt too difficult? If that sounds familiar, drop a comment, because that's exactly where the Lakers are with LeBron right now. Everyone else can see it. They just won't admit it. The Lakers were completely overwhelmed by the Houston Rockets, losing 119 to 96. That makes 3 losses in a row, and this one removed any doubt about what's really happening. This team isn't clicking, and it hasn't been for a while. At the center of the problem is LeBron James. In a blowout loss by 21 points, he scored 18. That's not what you expect from the player who's supposed to be carrying a franchise with championship hopes. The result says it all. This situation isn't working anymore.
So they need to listen to you.
Oh, they got to do something.
Yeah.
I mean, they're not in a. I mean, they pretty on paper, but they can't guard anybody. You cannot play in the NBA today if you're not athletic. You cannot. Especially big guys are irrelevant anymore. The game is led by perimeter players, and if you don't have athletic ability on the perimeter, you're going to struggle in the NBA. That's just the truth of the matter.
Let's be honest about what even the TV analysts were willing to say out loud. Charles Barkley didn't hold back. He said the Lakers can't defend anyone. That's not an insult for attention. It's a fair assessment. The team started the season 19-7, which looked strong at first glance. But now they're 19-10, and their scoring margin has barely been positive all year. That tells you the truth. Early on, they were scraping by in close games. Now that luck has run out, and the flaws are obvious. One analyst went as far as calling their record misleading, and that description fits perfectly. The standings made them look better than they really were. Anyone watching closely could see the problems coming. They don't stop opponents. They don't have a clear defensive system. And when pressure hits, everything falls apart. That's not the profile of a title contender. It's not even a team ready for a deep playoff run. Right now, this looks like a squad headed for an early exit in the first round.
I think if they want to be a better team, they need to form some type of identity. I don't know which team I'm looking at sometimes. Sometimes they play fabulous basketball, even on the defensive end, and tonight it looked like it was lackluster efforts.
I know it's traditional, but I think the Lakers need to play some zone until they figure out. Play some zone. Well, when you play zone, that's a throwing up the white flag, red flag, blue flag.
The TV broadcast even showed the Rockets pushing the ball in transition with almost no resistance. It looked like simple 3-on-2 drills you'd see at a school gym. That's how poor the Lakers' effort and organization have become on defense. This is a team that's supposed to be chasing championships, yet they can't get back or communicate. And LeBron is on the court while all of this is happening. This is the part that needs to be said honestly and without emotion. LeBron James is 40 years old. He's the NBA's all-time leading scorer. He has 4 championships. He's one of the greatest players the game has ever seen. But his days as the main piece of a true title contender are finished. That isn't an insult. It's not disrespect. It's simply the reality of age and time. No player, no matter how great, can stay at that level forever, and LeBron is no exception.
Watching that game last night, and I was a teammate with LeBron James, grew up playing against him, played with him in AAU, McDonald's All-American. I know this man. When he's not engaged or he feels some type of way, it speaks in his body language. Last night, his body language was awful. He was not engaged. He was pouting. He was moping. He was walking up and down the damn floor. He was complaining. And I just think we're to this point. What LeBron and the Lakers their relationship has run its course. And they need to figure out a solution. And the solution is not him being in the Los Angeles Lakers uniform.
The bigger issue is how the Lakers have shaped the entire organization around keeping LeBron satisfied. They even drafted his son, Bronny, creating the first father and son duo in NBA history. It's a feel-good story and a special moment for the James family, no doubt about that. But from a basketball standpoint, it shows where the priorities are. The team is making choices based on legacy and headlines instead of what actually helps them win games. Bronny simply isn't ready to play meaningful NBA minutes yet. Most people can see that clearly. Still, he's on the roster largely because of who his father is, not because he's prepared to contribute at this level right now.
What kind of read do you have on the Lakers right now?
Yeah, the Lakers might be, that record might be a little fraudulent, right? Because they were 19-9 going to today's game. Sounds good, right? Well, now they're 19-10, and if you look at their point differential, it was barely above even. And so there's some cracks showing here because you do have Luka, you have LeBron, and Austin Reeves, but Austin Reeves left the game with a calf strain, and you have to be really careful with those things, right? Because calf strains can be tricky, they can flare into Achilles, and then all of a sudden you're lost for the season, so they're going to be really careful with them.
They filled out the roster with role players like Austin Reeves, who had to leave this game with a calf injury that could become a bigger problem. Jared Vanderbilt and Marcus Smart are meant to be the team's top defenders. But as one analyst pointed out, when those two are on the floor, the offense often stalls. That puts the Lakers in a tough spot. If they focus on defense, they struggle to score. If they try to boost offense, the defense falls apart. It's a no-win situation that JJ Redick is trying to juggle, and so far, it's clearly not working. And that brings us to the coaching issue. The Lakers hired a first-year head coach with no prior professional coaching experience and gave him a roster led by LeBron James. That's a difficult position for any coach. When things start going badly, and they are, who is really in charge? Is it Redick calling the shots, or is it LeBron, a player who has long been known for having major influence over coaching and roster decisions? When authority isn't clear, accountability disappears, and that's exactly what this situation looks like right now.
Offensively, with those three guys on the floor, they have the 7th best offensive rating in the NBA. However, that defensive rating is 24th, and you saw it today. The Rockets got anywhere they wanted to go. They could not get a stop. KD goes for 25. Alperen Sengun has a double-double. Amen Thompson absolutely ruined those guys. Nobody could stop him today. And so if you're the Lakers, that has to be sort of worrisome for you that you can't get any defensive stops. Their best two defensive players are Jared Vanderbilt and Marcus Smart, but you have those guys on the floor, and now all of a sudden you're a little offensively challenged. I know Jared Vanderbilt had a pretty good game offensively tonight. We've seen flashes from Marcus Smart offensively this season, but it's sort of a catch-22 for JJ Redick about how he mixes and matches.
The broadcast pointed out that when LeBron, Luka, and Austin Reeves share the floor, the Lakers rank 7th in the league on offense. That sounds decent until you hear the other side of it. Their defensive rating with that same group is 24th in the NBA. That tells the real story. They can score, but they can't stop anyone. In today's NBA, that's a major problem. The league is driven by speed, athleticism, and perimeter play. The Lakers don't have enough of that, and it shows every night. Younger, faster teams are running them off the floor. Houston, a team that's still figuring itself out and doesn't even have a true starting point guard, walked into Crypto.com Arena and made the Lakers look overwhelmed from start to finish. Alperen Sengun posted a double-double. Amen Thompson dominated the game, and no one could stay in front of him. The Rockets got to any spot they wanted on the court. For a team that claims to be chasing championships, that's embarrassing. Here's the part people don't want to say out loud. LeBron is part of the problem. Not all of it, but he is part of it. At 40 years old, he can't play high-level defense every night while also carrying the offense. He still scores in stretches, but the effort on defense isn't consistent. Transition defense is weak. And when the team's leader doesn't set the tone defensively, the rest of the group follows that same pattern. One analyst said something that really stood out: in today's NBA, if you're not athletic, you can't survive. Especially on the perimeter. That describes the Lakers perfectly. They don't have the athleticism to keep up with top teams. And as great as LeBron has been, he's no longer the physical force he once was. The idea of switching to zone defense came up, and the analysts laughed it off. Zone defense at this level is basically admitting you can't guard anyone one-on-one. That's not something championship teams rely on. That's what struggling teams turn to when they're out of answers. Tim Doyle went even further and said the Lakers have a 0.0 chance of winning an NBA title. 0. That's harsh, but look at the facts. They're 19-10, barely positive in point differential, getting blown out by teams they should be competing with, and showing no real improvement on defense. The deeper issue is that LeBron's presence is stopping the Lakers from doing what they actually need to do: rebuild. They can't fully develop young players because everything is about winning now. They can't plan for the future because they're committed to maximizing LeBron's remaining years. So they're stuck in the middle, not good enough to contend, not bad enough to start over. And LeBron has no reason to leave. He's earning max money. He's playing with his son. He's comfortable in Los Angeles. He's chasing records. What's best for him at this stage isn't what's best for the Lakers anymore, and that gap keeps growing. Avery Johnson mentioned talking with Lakers staff and players and hearing the same thing: they know the perimeter defense is bad. We've seen it ourselves. In a recent game, the Suns scored on 13 straight possessions in the third quarter. That's not just bad defense. That's a lack of effort, communication, and urgency. That becomes a leadership issue. LeBron is the leader by default because of his status and resume. But after 21 seasons and heavy minutes at age 40, can he really provide the energy and direction needed to fix this? Based on what we're seeing, the answer looks like no. This is the Lakers. They measure success by championships only. And this roster isn't winning one. Everyone knows it, except, apparently, the people running the team. What should happen is an honest conversation. Maybe LeBron gets traded to a contender where he can contribute without carrying the load. Maybe he steps away and transitions into another role. Maybe he finishes his career elsewhere and the Lakers start rebuilding now instead of wasting another year. What will probably happen is the opposite. Small moves at the deadline. Excuses about injuries. Another early playoff exit. Then next season, the same questions, only now LeBron is a year older. LeBron's Christmas Day records are incredible achievements. They may never be broken. But they're about the past, not the future. And the Lakers need to start making decisions with the future in mind. There's no realistic move they can make that suddenly turns this team into a title contender. Role players won't fix the defense. Small tweaks won't add athleticism. This team needs a full reset, and you can't do that while paying max money to a 40-year-old, no matter how legendary he is. This isn't about disrespecting LeBron. It's about being honest. With him as the centerpiece, the Lakers aren't contenders. They're stuck in the middle. The 3-game losing streak just confirmed what's been clear all season. The record was misleading. This team isn't built to win at all. And the LeBron era in Los Angeles needs to end so both sides can move forward. But that would mean admitting it didn't work the way people hoped. And that's a hard truth this franchise seems unwilling to face. Something has to change. And sooner or later, the Lakers will be forced to make the decision they've been avoiding. Hit like and subscribe for more straight-up NBA analysis that tells it like it is.